Full Metal Furies takes place in a world ravaged by war. Mythical creatures have descended upon the land in an all-out brawl, Armageddon style, to see who will become the next god. Unfortunately, that means the humans are getting caught in the crossfire, but there is hope in the form of a small, all-female resistance group known as the Full Metal Furies. Now, the narrative isn't the most original, but the plot isn't what sells things here. It's the dialogue. It's charming, more so than funny, and the writing has more hits than misses, making you grow to love the banter between all four girls by the end. So I've been waiting for that next great multiplayer brawler on par with Castle Crashers and Scott Pilgrim for a while, and this is finally it. Let's start with the basics. There are 4 characters to choose from, all of which are divided into specific class types. Triss is the squad leader and the sentinel, armed with a shield. Meg is the sniper, armed with, a rifle. Aaron is the engineer, armed with a pistol. And Alex is the fighter, armed with a hammer. Except for Meg, they're all very easy to get accustomed to. Meg has a great range with extreme power and works better in a 4 or even 3-person group, but is a little harder to manage alone or even with just one friend. If you do decide to play by yourself, you actually get to choose 2 characters that you can swap on the fly during battles, and yes, they each have their own health bar, and yes, they can even be revived, which is good considering this game is pretty brutal. If you played Cellar Door Games' last epic, Rogue Legacy, you'll be familiar with the challenge. It's hard but fair. What made Rogue Legacy great is that even when you failed, progress carried over. If you invested enough time into that game, you'd naturally become more gifted at controlling it, along with getting stronger stats to survive longer, and the same principles can be applied to Full Metal Furies. That said, there's actually a setting in the options that can lower the difficulty at the cost of receiving less gold, so it's even more flexible in that regard for those just interested in the story. The game is designed around a world map, again similar to the aforementioned modern brawlers. There are main missions to move the story along, but there are also a lot of optional challenges to net your crew more gold, new equipment, or secrets. Gold is used to level up your character via a skill tree that can increase stats like health or grant new skills, and it can also be used to develop new equipment via blueprints you find in your travels. Each character has 4 moves and 4 variations of that skill in the gear menu, counting 16 altogether for each heroine. But wait, that's not all. Using skills in battle will level them up and give your profile buffs to, say, increase the overall HP of all your fighters. Also, I should mention you create your loadouts and level up in camp with well-designed menus and a litany of random objects you can interact with, which will increase throughout the game. I found myself just sitting idly every time I went back to camp because the music is just so chill. Best upgrade music ever, and I should say, while on the subject, the rest of the soundtrack is pretty top notch as well. As for the fighting, well, it technically is a beat 'em up, yes, but it also falls in line with shoot 'em ups as well. Basically, attacks and projectiles are going to be flying at you, making the screen a little bit chaotic at times. Not only that, but punching dudes isn't the only thing you have to worry about. Occasionally, there will be traps you have to avoid and bubbles that protect enemies corresponding to a certain character's color, aka only they can break that particular barrier. From the leveling up to the actual fighting, Full Metal Furies has an in-depth system that you can get through like any other brawler, but you're going to have a better time if you learn the intricacies of combat, which again, will happen naturally over time. It's really hard for me to cite a lot of issues I had with Full Metal Furies. Sure, Meg can be hard to balance in battle by yourself, and the game can be hard, but those are more like notes than they are gripes. Plus, one of those notes is negated due to the inclusion of an easier difficulty option. Point is, I absolutely love this game, and if Full Metal Furies is any indication of the games we're going to be playing in 2018, well, then strap me in because I cannot wait. Full Metal Furies is this year's first masterpiece. My name is Tristan, and you've been watching ReActionExaminer, wherein I do my best to create interesting videos to entertain and educate you fine folks. Be sure to subscribe, that helped me out a lot. And if you want to check out more, be sure to read my work over on The Gamer, wherein I write fun little listicles. You can also drop by my personal website, GameJerk, wherein I post other articles and reviews. All these links and more can be found in the description below. Thanks, and see you all next time.